So today I'll be doing a video discussing dark continent destruction, and yes, this is going to be a video about my theory on how the dark continent will be destroyed. Now pause. I know a lot of you guys are thinking dark continent, we haven't even gotten to it, how can you think it's going to be destroyed, blah blah blah. Well, this is just my little theory that I was thinking of while I was thinking about the dark continent, so let me go ahead and tell it to you guys. Now, first of all, we all know that Gon right now, the biggest issue is him trying to get his Nen back, and we don't really know how he's going to get his Nen back, but we can pretty much assume that Gon's going to get his Nen back, because I doubt they're going to finish off the rest of the series with the main character being Nenless. I mean, that would just be dumb. But one of the main reasons, or one of the main ways how I think Gon's going to get his Nen back is through the Dark Continent. And if you guys are a manga reader, you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Dawn Freaks. Now, the thing that's interesting about Gon is his power level. Now, when it comes to Gon, his power level is like really one of the most immeasurable power levels that I've ever seen, like when it comes to a main character. Because when we look at Gon's power the first time he used it, he basically went into the future and grabbed out potential that he would have been had he would have just trained. So that alone is just a crazy power. So basically what he did was grab power from the future, but his future power is strong enough to rival Miriam. So that just goes to show you that Gon in the future, he will be a legend. He will be a monster. He will be like completely, because we saw what Miriam was doing. He was able to take on Netero, and he was basically just washing the floor with him. This was all before the whole Rose Bomb thing, and Gon was on that level. So we know that Gon, he's going to be strong. He's going to be OP, or at least we think we know, because then again, that was all the old school Gon. Like I said, that was the Gon when he had his Nen powers. I don't even think he's going to have the same Nen power when he does get his Nen powers back. Now, obviously, I'm not saying he's going to come out here with like a Kamehameha or like a Rasengan or anything. I think it's going to be the same variation of like a John Ho, but I think it's going to be something different, if you know what I mean. So I think once he does get his Nen power back, not only will he have a newer variation of his power, but I do believe he'll be massively stronger. And here's where the Dark Continent destruction comes into play. I believe that Dawn Freaks will begin training Gon. He'll end up helping him getting his Nen power back. And based on what we know from the Dark Continent alone, the Chimera Ants were B plus level. So if we do take Gon at that little moment when he was at his strongest, he will only be a B plus or level. And we know that the Dark Continent rankings go all the way up to like S. So I think it's only right if Dawn Freak trains him, makes him stronger in the Dark Continent. And then when it's finally time for them to leave the Dark Continent, I think Gon will actually end up destroying parts, maybe even destroy the whole thing, but just end up like demolishing the Dark Continent, simply because I don't think they would have showed his scale of power that early on for him not to use it in like a big fashion, because we saw what he did to the forest. That was a little scale. In my opinion, now knowing how big the Hunter x Hunter universe is, that's something small compared to what is going to be in store, because the Dark Continent is going to be buck wild. So I'm expecting the Chimera Ant art, all the feats that Gon did in there, just to be like a million times, amazing. So yeah, overall, that's how I believe the Dark Continent is going to get destroyed. I believe once Gon starts training with Dawn Freaks, once he learns and masters his power, it's going to be similar to the whole forest situation where he ended up destroying the forest while he was fighting P2. Maybe he'll end up destroying like the Dark Continent, fighting someone like Ahsoka, or maybe I don't even know. So yeah, that's basically it for this little video. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.